So I'm in the Philippines now, and I've been here for about 5 days, I think it is. And it's actually been really frustrating. In the other hotel, the internet was no good. I went out, I bought a SIM card for this phone that I'm using now, and that was no good. I bought another SIM card using a different company for the other phone, and also that was no good. So I've really been without internet most of the last 5 days. And for working online, that's absolutely no good. I'm in Angeles City, which is quite a big city, so the internet should be good here. It should be as good as Manila. And I used to live here, that's why I came here, to see whether it was worth coming and living again. When I used to live here, which was about 15 years ago, the internet was pretty good. I had 2 different lots of internet, but I was uploading and downloading, and it was quite intensive. I had about 1,000 websites, so it was pretty good in the house. But now everyone says that it's no good, and I understand it's because the government own the infrastructure, like the backbone of the internet, and it's just not being updated fast enough for all the people that are using it. So this is in a city, and I've read different bits about going out to the islands, and it just seems a lot worse. I'm looking for some really good places to live and work, maybe for 2 months at a time. And my first plan was to go down to Boracay, but actually that's got a bit of a problem at the moment. They're talking about shutting it down because of the infrastructure and the sewage. And I actually knew about this years and years ago, and it seems like it's not changed. The sewage goes into the ground and that seeps in, and it's actually seeping into the sea. So they're talking about shutting the whole island down for 2 months, putting in new sewage system, and then opening it up again. So I think I'm going to leave that till next year to actually have a look at that. And I was also looking at going to another place, Coron or maybe Davao, and just looking into it. It just seems that the hotels are not really any good, just not up to what I want. And I decided to give it a miss. I was actually going to go with 3 other people, and we needed 3 rooms. And it was so difficult to try and find 3 rooms in the same place that I gave up on it. And that was in Davao and also in Coron. So the second thing I want to talk about on here is just the accommodation. And I just find it's overpriced and it's really outdated. You can probably hear some noise in the background here, and it's because it's an old aircon. It's really noisy, and it was actually the same in the other hotel I was in. It was just an old aircon, these square type, rather than the 2-part types that are a lot quieter. And if I compare this with Thailand, then it just seems that I first came here in 1990, so 28 years ago. Thailand has come on leaps and bounds, and it's coming into the first world, whereas Philippines seems to be stuck in a time warp back in the old days and not really improved. You've got some really nice hotels here, but they're overpriced, and they're just in the middle of the rest, which is not too good. Even the roads are falling apart, and it's just so crowded on the roads as well. So I'm not trying to be negative about the Philippines, which it does seem like I am. I actually want it to be good. I came over here because I was hoping that things would have improved and that I'd find somewhere nice, especially if Boracay was a nice place to stay for 2 months. I will give that a chance next year, but I think it's just a bit of a warning that if you're trying to work online, you'll have difficulty. And if you're looking for nice hotels, you've just got to accept that they're not as good. The beaches in the Philippines are really great, so it is worth coming for that. And there's some things that are unique about the Philippines, so it is worth coming. For me, I'm looking for a place I can work and live for a couple of months a year. It's definitely not Angeles City, and maybe it's Boracay, but I'll have to try that next year.